link, and plugged into the power link is what? A leaf blower. A leaf blower. And to them, this made perfect sense. That's what I love about these examples. Perfect sense. Bowling is essential. In their class and in their culture and in this area, in this region, they all go bowling. In fact, there's a festival. I happen to know there's more. There's a festival where bowling is part of the festival. And it was important for them to include the individual with a disability. And so here we go again. Now, in fact, and we'll look at this, they were using the power link in a mode that lets you turn it on and off, right? That's called latch, and that's a great example. They hit the switch once, the leaf blower turned on. They hit again, and the leaf blower turned off, okay? What is one area of what we've talked about this morning that they might be able to integrate here that would help even fill the activity out to a whole new level? Some kind of communication, right? Whether a step-by-step or a super talker or a lingo, depending on, again, the physical or cognitive needs of the individual. We're not sure necessarily about this individual's abilities to verbalize, but certainly it looks like we could have added that and made it even more dynamic, okay? So that's my message to you and my wish, is that you think about connecting these and integrating them in every single activity. Okay? So that's bowling for fun. And we are now going to do a little bowling for fun. Aren't we, Cindy? Here we go. But we are going to bring it down a notch. We're going to use a hairdryer because I didn't pick up a leaf blower at Home Depot. But I did pick up a drill that we're going to use later for our Japanese example. So here we have bowling for fun, and here our access, right, is the big red. And here now you can change the top. And this handout is going to be available to you on the wiki. And you can literally follow it step by step. You don't even have to think about it. You don't even have to remember today's session, okay, as long as you follow this. For communication, they added using a super talker that lets you bring in multiple messages, and an iTalk2, okay, for 2 messages. And finally, we utilized a power link, the plastic bowl exit, and we still recommend that you get a leaf blower, but you don't necessarily have to. Here's the summary of the activity, okay? And you can print these out, hand them out, put them on your website, distribute them, anything. I mean, this is our version of what I just showed you on the Provincial website, okay? And now the steps, what you need to get ready, what you need to prepare, those activity steps, literally what to record, and then even the script. Record, get set, and go, okay? Talk about how many did I get right. So, Cindy, you and I are going to try this. Now, we're going to add some wireless technology. That way, even though, let's say, it's difficult for you to leave the position that you're in a classroom or a home, you're going to be able to bowl now, okay? And I realize this is hard for the live streaming people to see, and I apologize. We will do our best. Okay. Oh, yeah, good idea. We're going to move those chairs. This handout is available at the stand that's downstairs, okay? So you can even grab this. So when you're using an appliance with a power link, you must make sure it's always an appliance that can be in an on position, okay? This will become key to you when you get back to the classroom and you have your beautiful new power link and you try and plug it into a microwave. it's not going to work quite right, okay? Because the microwave has an electronic, unless you get a really old one with a dial, which I love those will work. But here, I'm going to put this in an on position, okay? The hairdryer is in an on position. We're mounting it on a SensiTrack, or as I said, we have these new mounting systems called a cling. And I'm going to put it right, and Cindy, I'm going to ask for your help in any way here. There we go. Okay, now we're going to plug it into the PowerLink. The PowerLink has 4 modes of control. Direct, which means as long as you hit the switch, it turns on the appliance. Latch, on and off. And then a timer. It has 2 timers in it, okay? Minutes and seconds. So I'm going to attach my Jelly Beamer, and this is our wireless switch, one of our wireless switches, Jelly Beamer, to the PowerLink. And I'm going to put the mode into direct. So this means as long as I turn it on, it's going to turn on the hairdryer. Okay? Now I'm going to take this. Now we talked a lot about, now we're wireless. I can turn this on wirelessly. But what if this isn't the right size, shape, color for the individual? Because we talked for 15 minutes about finding the right switch, right? Okay, you don't stop here. In this switch, or in an IntelliSwitch, you can plug in any switch. So I'm going to plug in something larger. By the way, here's a tip. I'm going to turn it off. Okay? So now the bowling won't happen. These are little practice tips. So let's say my student really does need a large activation surface. Okay? They need that large activation surface. But this wire isn't going to reach down to the PowerLink. Well, I can plug this into my Jelly Beamer, and now this is a transmitter. Okay? You now and in fact, I can pair this directly to the PowerLink. I can have up to 8 transmitters activating a PowerLink. So when you have an activity, you can have students all over the classroom. So let's do this. Okay, who's keeping score? But before we do, we need communication, right? Let's not get this wrong. Yes?
We zoomed in on the pins.
Yes.
Can we just explain to the audience what you just did?
Yes.
Sorry.
That's okay. Do I have to get like down here?
No, you can.
Okay. We have taken the Jelly Beamer transmitter, and we've plugged into it a big red switch so it has a larger activation surface. And now we've given it to our friend over here, and she's going to be bowling. But before she does, we want some communication. Okay, it's your turn. Go ahead. So there's a little communication, but this can come from someone else, right? Let's say there's someone running this, and this can be you. You can be running the activity, right? So now everybody but the teacher is getting in control. Do you see what's happening, right? Everybody else. Now wait, we're not done. Let's add some more communication, because we talked about that. We actually want, and I know that for some of you who haven't used these devices, this might be taking it a step far, but we can teach this device, right, when we want it to activate something, okay? So let's do that. This is any step-by-step. Thank you. Any step-by-step. Okay, it's my turn to bowl. Let's start over. Okay, it's my turn to bowl. Here I go. Should I try again? Okay. So now what I did is I told the step-by-step to only activate the Jelly Beamer and the PowerLink and the hairdryer on that second message, right? Okay, this is easy tech, everybody, right? We're not near a computer. There's no IT guy you've got to call in. This is just batteries and easy tech, okay? So instead of using, actually no, we'll add the Big Mac, add the Big Red. Okay, so access is a challenge. So we need a big activation service, right? But I want this wireless, so I'm going to now plug the Big Red into the step-by-step. You're with me now, exactly. So now it's in. So now we've got our communication, but you, again, can only, or it's best, right, that you use a Big Red. But now I want this to wirelessly talk to that guy. So I'm now going to, and these, by the way, these cords, this is a funny note. For those of you who have ordered these products over the years, you always get this cord in with your Big Mac and your step-by-step. This is the cord you always throw away. This is why we send it to you, okay, for this type of connectivity. Now I'm going to plug this into the Jelly Beamer and this into the switch.
As if it was a toy, right?
Yeah, actually, I just did it wrong. That goes into the switch, and that goes into the toy. Exactly. Okay, let's turn it all on. First, you're in control. So tell us what to do next.
Okay, it's your turn. Go ahead. Okay, it's my turn to bowl. Here I go.
Almost.
Should I try again?
Yes, hold on. It's as if that was planned, right? The mode is on. Let's do the mode on to a timer. Okay, Cindy's exactly right. And that, because the signal was perhaps not long enough, is my guess. So we'll add the timer to, let's say, 5 seconds. And let's try it again. Go ahead.
No, wait, Adam, if you stand there, your mic will pick up what that is saying.
So do you want me to go back there?
Yes, right. Yes, please.
I really appreciate your help directing me, by the way. It's very helpful. Okay, let's try this one, Cindy. Here we go.
Okay, it's your turn. Go ahead. Okay, it's my turn to bowl. Here I go.
You know what? Hit your switch again.
Should I try again?
Yes, hold on. I have a theory. I think our hairdryer is broken.
Yeah.
We're just going to I'm going to test the hairdryer right now by hitting this button. It literally is broken. Oh my gosh. Notice how I didn't question the assistive technology, right? It's not that. The hairdryer's broken. Okay, let's try again. And I do want to just make a note, right? This is the receiver to the Jelly Beamer, okay? And you can have up to 8 Jelly Beamers talk to this, which you can plug into a toy, okay? But now with this new device, you can also pair them directly into the power link, so you don't even need this anymore. But let's try again. You're in control.
Sorry, Adam, we need to back over. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Okay, it's your turn. Go ahead. Okay, it's my turn to bowl. Here I go.
Wait. I was going to say, go ahead, hit your switch.
Should I try again?
Now look, I really put that in there on purpose because things always go wrong, right? And this is the kind of messages that you start to integrate, maybe, in scenarios like this. So that you can go down, you can set it up again, and that you can work to get it right, okay? By the way, I think you get 5 points for that. That was really good. Okay, so that's bowling, and we have plastic pins, a hairdryer, and a power link, and I have to say, what makes this really work is wireless, right? So if you don't have a Jelly Beamer or you don't have an IntelliSwitch, you got to get one because it lets you move everything around and keep things set up in the classroom, okay? Any questions about the bowling?